So with this latest episode of Dark Gathering, we still have one more to go. This isn't a season finale. We have one more to go, but still, seeing how they progressed everything has me more eager for a season 2 than I was in any previous weeks. And I've been pretty much saying, my new favorite horror anime deserves a season 2. But after seeing the almost like infiltration that Yayoi is trying to do, Dorothy isn't an idiot and realizes it very much could be a lie, but the idea of pretending to be a taken and being took over and that this isn't the original Yayoi and this just happened to me, I'm trying to find people similar to me, show me the robes. Sure, the more allies the better. In Dorothy's head, okay, if she's lying, she's literally a kid and there's more of us, we can literally take her, no issues. And if she isn't lying, the more allies the better. Of course, Yayoi also probably realizing that they might realize that she's lying, has little safety nets in place, of course, but at the end of the day, this is such an exciting plotline that you could easily see how something like this could extend into multiple arcs and not just a singular arc, and I really hope we do get to see a season 2 sooner rather than later, but either way, I leave this arc thinking that it might have ended up becoming my new favorite, and that's not the case. I definitely think had the school section lasted a bit longer, it probably would have been my favorite, but I still come out of this saying this was one hell of an arc. It was short, sweet, and to the point. It showed us a different style of Dark Gathering, but most importantly, it set up the future of Dark Gathering in this twisted Pokemon world even better than it already has, and I need more. Now, I do have a full live reaction episode 24 over on my Patreon, so if you would like to see my full uncut thoughts on this episode, it's over there if you're interested. So, I mean, something I and many have been saying for a long time is that this is just the twisted horror version of Pokemon, and anyone who watches this episode and doesn't see that is a damn dirty liar. I'm gonna throw it right out there. You literally have the equivalent of Pokeballs in the form of these stuffed animals, or dolls in the case of Dorothy, basically holding on to your evil spirits. You have evolutions in the form of restoring the aura of these ghosts. Like literally, Yayoi's Pokemon, this spirit, pretty much evolves. That's the equivalent of what just happened. Like, we go from Charmander to Charmeleon, and maybe one more battle we get a Charizard. It's just absolutely twisted. Just everything about this and the idea of collecting these gym badges in the form of going up against these powerful S-rank spirits. It's absolutely nutty in the best possible sense, but I'm just happy that this teacher got to pass on. I was expecting her to drag this teacher's ass back from the Shadow Realm and use him as a new Pokemon, a new spirit to use. Because here's the thing, I understand from Yayoi's perspective, if they deserve punishment, they get to stay around here. And if they don't, they get to pass on. But let's retract ourselves. Like, let's rewind. That child, that spirit, the cannibal spirit, literally had his dad brutally murdered. Stepmom brings in boy toy, turns into human meatballs, and he's forced to eat that. Like, that life alone is worth passing on. I do not care if he's done bad things in spirit form. I mean, at the end of the day, who the hell wouldn't turn bad in spirit form when you're forced to eat cannibal meatballs? I mean, I'm happy that the teacher got to pass on, but the boy spirit also deserved it. I don't care if he was destined to go to hell. That kid deserved heaven, 100%. That's all I'm saying. It was refreshing and a nice change of pace to see her say, hey, I don't blame you. You were framed, you were innocent, you deserve to pass on. And honestly, seeing the teacher pretty much say that, like, you know, at one point I must have really loved these kids, thinking because for how long has he been in this mindset of I hate all these kids, I hate these kids in general, and in his dying kind of passing moments, he has to realize that no, I actually was a loving teacher at once before these little shits decide to be absolute monsters who deserve nothing but the death penalty. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm throwing it out there. I'm putting it that serious. What those kids did and how they ruined this man's life is nothing short of monstrous, and I'm just glad that instead of keeping him as a monster, he got to pass on, because this was the spirit I felt the worst for. But then again, the boy, the courtesan, the teacher, it's been non-stop emotional roller coaster. I think they have an interesting setup for a last episode, because we have our boy, Keitarou, who's going to visit Ai, which could go crazy. Yayoi is pretty much in the process of infiltrating and having a new enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of a thing, faking being a taken, and Eiko is just a psycho bitch. I mean, she's literally corrupting the youth, saying, ooh, this little girl who was working with in the spirit realm there, I see the same psychopathic look on her face that I once felt, and she's encouraging the no, give her, I don't care if it's a G.I. Joe, I don't care if it's a Barbie, whatever she likes to play with, that's fine. Give her that, not your phone number of, hey, if you're ever feeling a little psycho, give me a ring. No, girl, I've I was starting to feel better about Eiko. I was like, you know what? Maybe I was a bit too much of an Eiko hater. Now I'm getting back to my hating ways. 2024 is going to be all about hating Eiko. I mean, she's a great character, but she's a psychopath, man. There's just so much that they need to do next week, and I know it's not even going to all happen because they're setting up so much for the next arc. And I think this is kind of why I'm okay with this arc being a little shorter. I think had it been like twice as long, I very much could have viewed this kind of haunted school inside your mind situation as being my favorite arc that we've seen. And is it my favorite? No, but it's definitely in the middle area in terms of how I'd rank them. But by having it more short, sweet, and to the point, it allows for a lot of setup, a lot of like finalizing the final stretch of this season so it doesn't feel rushed or jarring, but most importantly gets you excited to either go read that manga or pray and hope for a season 2. And it's very interesting what they were able to accomplish overall with this arc, because I kind of thought that the wannabe Ash Ketchum kid was going to stay a vegetable, just because even if they release and free, like, I mean, once the spirit grabs you, I just feel like it's game over. And I think if it had lasted longer, that could have been a possibility, but as it stands, pretty much they're all suffering night terrors, and anytime they see crows, it's pretty much PTSD, and maybe for some they'll be able to overcome that with time. I think like characters like the one who got literally grabbed and was consumed by the spirit, probably not so much, but all things considered, I guess count your blessings that psychopath Dorothy didn't do more to you. And the fact that this all gets summed down to as, hey, it's really hard to get out of school to do my crazy nonsense, so I decided to shut the school down by putting everyone's lives in danger. Thanks for helping me. Now I get out of I'm like, these kids are psycho, man. They absolutely are. I mean, for a second, I actually kind of believe that. And you might be saying, like, why would I believe that? It was so casual. But I'm thinking of stuff that has happened in Attack on Titan. Some of the biggest reveals have been casually said, and characters do a double take. Like, wait, did you actually just say that? Yeah, nice joke. And it didn't even cross my mind that she might be trying to just infiltrate and just try to persuade, because, like, when you think of characters, she is a psychopath, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's not just the eyes. Like, it could have been an entirely possibility, and just it's a casual reveal, and then when you realize that, oh, it's her just trying to infiltrate, it makes sense. But I'm still kind of like on edge, being like, I mean, one of these two, out of the two psycho girls we have in our trio, I'm still betting one is going to turn out, and that's Eiko for me. I still, in my own head, I feel like from a very early point, even before this anime started, I'm just betting on something like that happening, and if not, it's going to happen at some point in the story's run, and we're not even going to be able to tell the difference, because she's an absolute lunatic. But either way, this was a very good episode, a very nice second to last episode, in a way, a bit of a calm before the storm, given that it has a nice establishing moment for the next arc, but it resolves the current arc in a fast enough way that it doesn't feel rushed, but it feels short, sweet, and to the point, and definitely memorable. But let me know what you thought down below, because a lot happened, and yeah, we still have one episode to go, but fingers crossed for that season 2 announcement sooner rather than later. So let me know what you're feeling down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reaction over on my Patreon. Hey, while you're over there, you also get a video shout out. So today we have Ciaris, Anthony Bogton, Ryuki, Anne Leafdor, Isaac Farnsworth, Alice Sosiev, and Zuda. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.